everyone, I hope that you are well. My name is Christiane and welcome to my channel Backpacking Bananas. It has been a very long time since you've seen me sitting here at home on my bed. I am finally back home, and I basically just wanted to make a video in spring 2023 updating you on everything that has been going on in my life recently, how I'm feeling, where I am right now, what I've been doing recently, what's coming up on the channel, what's coming up next for me and my life, because I feel like recently what I've been giving you on YouTube is a bit of here, there and everywhere of things that have been happening in my life over the past year. So I feel like it's about time that we just bring everything together and I update you on everything that is going on. But before we get into it, I want to introduce you to someone who has been with me through all of my ups and downs for over 3 years now, and who also just happens to be the sponsors of today's video, and that is Surfshark. So if you don't know, Surfshark are a VPN, which stands for Virtual Private Network, and what a VPN does is it turns your public Wi-Fi connection into a private one. And you might be thinking, but Christiane, what does that mean? What benefits does that actually give me? Good question. So say you're in an airport, for example, or a cafe, and you connect to their public Wi-Fi network. You don't have to put in a password or anything like this. When you connect your device to that public Wi-Fi network, it is at risk of being hacked through that connection. However, when you switch Surfshark on your device, it immediately acts like a virtual shield on that connection, so none of those hackers can get into your device. And having a hacker come into your device on 2023, let me tell you, is something that you really don't want to have to be dealing with. What you can also do with Surfshark is switch your virtual location to pretty much anywhere in the world. So if you've ever been trying to access a website or a media online and you get hit with the error message saying, sorry, this service is not available in your country, you're like, oh, rude. But all you have to do is go into your Surfshark and with the click of a button, switch your virtual location to somewhere where the media is available. Sometimes you have to play around with where it would be. You refresh and then that service is available to you, just like that. And as always, I have an amazing discount code for you where you can get 83% off plus an extra 3 months for free when you use my code backpacking, so don't miss out. So let's get straight into the nitty gritty because I don't want to beat around the bush any longer. How am I feeling? Honestly, I have been completely and utterly burnt out. I feel like I've seen so many other YouTubers, in particular travel YouTubers, videos where they say that they're burnt out, and honestly, I never felt like I could actually relate previously, and I'd be like, are they, like, is this just clickbait? Are they having us on? No, they weren't lying. I just didn't know how it felt before, but I can officially say I can relate. And I have just been completely and utterly burnt out. I cannot hack a 24/7 travel lifestyle whilst also trying to maintain my self-employed business. I just can't. It's not realistic for me. I've been trying to kind of live this normal backpacking lifestyle like a normal backpacker would, and normally when you're backpacking, you're not doing anything else that consumes your entire time. And there I am trying to manage my own business whilst also backpacking. I do like to think I'm a very high functioning human and I'm capable of a lot, but we all have our limits, and I reached my limit. And I was so stressed out because not only could I not work on things that I really wanted to work on, for example, my clothing line, which I've just had to kind of completely put on the back burner right now because I haven't had time to even think about it. I was also just becoming incapable of super basic things like replying to friends' messages, reading my emails. I've been ignoring all of them for weeks because the thought of opening a message or an email which was going to require any of my time or mental capacity just made me stress out, and I was thinking, I cannot add any more to the plate of things that's going on in my mind. And it just feels like a completely vicious cycle that you can't get out of until you were to stop some big things in your life which allowed you to kind of take on more things mentally, but super slowly. I don't even know if I'm properly articulating just quite how burnout makes you feel. Like I was getting to the point where I was backpacking and I was doing the most amazing things, and I felt like I wasn't appreciating it. I felt like I wasn't excited to do it because that in itself was adding another thing to the plate. And I was like, hang on a second, I have the most amazing job in the world. I am living my own dream and I'm starting to become unappreciative of what I was doing. And that was when I was like, hell no, something is wrong. I do not want to ever be feeling this way about what I'm doing or taking what I'm doing for granted, because I know I'm in my dream position. So that was really the sign for me when I was like, I need to stop. I need a break. I will say a positive thing about how I've been feeling though, because it's not all been negative. I have never been so happy to be single, like very, very single. I feel like since my last breakup, which was just over a year ago, I've really been on like a journey of feelings of being single. Like immediately after the breakup, I was feeling quite sad to be single. And then a few months later, I tried to get to know a few people who were just all humongous disappointments. And then I just kind of went through a phase of just hating men and just thought they're all terrible pieces of shit. And then you kind of just go into a phase of not caring whatsoever. And I feel like in that phase, your standards just rise a lot because you can't be bothered to even slightly entertain anyone who is not even scratching the bare minimum. And so over the past few months, that's how I've been feeling. And it's not hating men, but it's just being so content being single because you don't have anyone messing you around and you know you're not going to deal with that. Ironically, I feel like I've been getting more male attention than I usually would be over the past few months. And I can't help but think that the attention is coming because I'm acting more unavailable. And isn't it funny and very annoying that that's the way that these things happen? I bloody hate games, but coming back to the point of I am just so happy to be single. Open to meeting new people, but with no pressure and some much higher standards now, which honestly just makes me feel good. It just makes me feel good. So despite the burnout, that is a positive of how I'm feeling. So what am I doing with my life right now? I actually just got home from Australia. I actually arrived home about 3 or 4 weeks now, but I stayed super behind on my Instagram stories. Honestly, for safety reasons, which I never thought I was gonna have to do, but perhaps this was adding to my stress as well. I've never been recognised as much as I have in Australia, and it's super, super cool to be recognised by people who have seen me on my YouTube channel, but it also scares me a little bit when it comes to the fact that I'm staying in dorm rooms with the public and you just don't know who's going to be watching your Instagram story and like going places because you're going there. And so I stayed weeks behind on my Instagram story so that people who might potentially be dodgy would not be able to follow me there. I'm kind of talking about this burnout feeling in the past tense because I have been at home relaxing for the past 3 or 4 weeks now. I don't think I even would have been able to make this video as soon as I got home because that would have just been another thing to think about for me, which I did not have the mental capacity to do. So I'm at home. If you don't know, I live in Surrey in the UK. I'm with my mum and dad, and actually my sister Tish and my niece Ivy are over at the moment from Perth, Australia, which is so nice. Ivy just turned 1 and she is the cutest and she is toddling around. And being at home with my family over the past few weeks with my own bedroom, not having to pack up my things every single day and just being able to cook and have food in the fridge and have my car. Despite the fact that I am very comfortable traveling solo and that is all fine with me, being at home is my true comfort zone. So yeah, being here has been my burnout cure and it's definitely working. I was supposed to be going on a very exciting work trip to Canada around about now for the next month. And honestly, I was really worried about it because I didn't think that I had enough time at home to get over the burnout. And it's true, I haven't. And luckily, and again, I never thought I would say this before, that trip has been cancelled / postponed, and so I'm not going to Canada anymore, which means that I get another 4 weeks at home, and I think for my mental health, like this is just exactly what I needed. So besides slowly catching up with family and friends and quite frankly just relaxing, what else have I been doing at home? So I've been catching up on editing. You should have now seen almost all, if not all, of the Pakistan series. I hope that you guys really enjoyed that. That was completely all my own editing. I was so excited to put together that series and I really missed editing videos by myself. If you don't know, over the past almost year I've had an editor who's been editing most of the travel vlogs that you've been watching, which has obviously been a huge help for me. But I miss editing, and this would be another reason for me to spend more time at home, is I actually want to edit the videos by myself and, you know, have the time to go traveling and then edit the whole series by myself. So I'm still working out a system of like how that's going to work for me. But no, it's been really nice to edit the Pakistan series myself, and I hope you enjoyed it. And on the topic of Pakistan, we are running the expeditions again this year. We put them on sale a couple of weeks ago and both expeditions sold out in 10 minutes, which is just absolutely insane. I'm so excited for the expeditions this year, and I want to be the absolute fittest that I can be, hiking fit, for the expedition. So I have a loose fitness plan which I've started. One of the things involves doing Couch to 5k again. So I think right now I'm fit enough to run a 5k, but for me it would be at quite a slow pace. I feel like I've lost a fair amount of fitness since I did Couch to 5k 2 years ago. So I'm starting Couch to 5k from scratch. But what I'm doing, especially in these earlier weeks, is the running section. I'm running a lot faster than what I would actually run a 5k pace at. And so I'm hoping that by the end of the 9 weeks, it's just going to be a really nice way of speeding up my 5k time and increasing my running fitness. As well as that, I'm trying to do a hike every single week of at least 10 kilometers with hills included, which is not the easiest task when you live in the south of England. I think I'm going to have to make a few road trips up to the north or to the Brecon Beacons or to the Peak District to get more hills into my training. But even just getting back into a fitness routine feels really, really good. I definitely think it's good for my burnout as well. And also at home, it's easier to eat more well-balanced meals. It's easier for me to stay hydrated because I have access to an unlimited amount of cold, clean water the entire time. And I know that sounds like such a basic thing to the average person, but when you travel or go backpacking for a long period of time, it becomes increasingly more difficult to stay on top of all of these things, because everything when you're traveling is just a little bit harder because you don't have your home comforts. Okay, moving on to this YouTube channel, what can you expect to see on the channel now? So if I haven't yet posted every single one of the Pakistan episodes, we are going to be finishing that series. We're then going to be moving on to my Thailand dive retreat. I'm so excited to share with you the videos from that. It was such a success. We are going to be running it again this year. I haven't put that on sale yet. I will probably be putting that on sale when that series goes live. So do keep your eyes peeled if you're interested in diving with us in Thailand next year. It really was such a magical trip. And after that on the channel, we will be going into the Australia series where I backpacked up the East Coast. I think I have like 15 episodes in this series, so I have so much to share with you. I think it's going to be such a good series, especially because Australia is a country that I get asked about all the time, and I feel like I had never made a proper backpacking series of the East Coast, which is the most popular place to go backpacking. So I'm really excited to put that one together and share it with you. I'm gonna have some ultimate guides and some budget guides thrown in there as well. So that's on YouTube, and if you're not already following me on TikTok, please do follow me. My @ is Backpacking Christian. I don't know why it's Backpacking Christian. None of my other handles are that, but deal with it, that's what it is. And now let's move on to the house hunt chat. I have been telling you on this channel that I have been wanting to purchase my own first property for like the past 2 or 3 years. And I felt like I was really serious about it about 12 months ago, but then I decided to go to Peru instead, which was a really good decision. I do not regret going to Peru at all. However, especially after how I've been feeling, I'm genuinely serious about it this year. I would love to say that by the end of 2023, I will have purchased my first property. I've been low-key looking on Rightmove just to get an idea of prices and how much I can afford, mentally getting over that hurdle. But I plan to sign up to local estate agents in October, so after I get home from Pakistan this year, because I do have a few travel commitments this summer, and so if I start seriously searching right now and then things come up and then I'm like, oh actually sorry, no, I'm going away for another 6 weeks, it's not going to work very well. It's also not going to help my burnout situation. So I will be doing all of that, but more into the autumn time this year. And I really want to make like a house hunting series on YouTube and document what the process has been like to search for, purchase a house, and then of course decorating it if I have to do it in renovation, settling into a new life of living by myself. I would love to do a London dating series. I'm not too sure how I would navigate like the filming of that yet, but how good would that be? This is going to be quite literally one of the first times in my life where I can actually have a real dating life. Because for pretty much my entire adult life so far, I have never stayed in the same spot for more than a couple of months. And so really, dating's been pretty impossible. And unsurprisingly, none of the relationships I ended up having were a success. And also in September, I will be turning 30. So I feel like all of this is just a really fun new chapter for a new decade in my life that I'm very excited about. And on that note, I feel like it's probably gonna be time to change the name of this channel. Dare I say it? Like, I'll still be going backpacking, but I'm just seeing myself going backpacking a lot less frequently than I am right now. And I'm really excited about these new different ventures that I'm gonna be undertaking. And I really want to document them because I love making videos and documenting my life in like a fun and relatable way, as if my life was like a movie. And so the topics of the videos will just mature as I am. I need to put more thought into this, but that is what is running across my mind right now. And so finally, to conclude this very scatty video, what else have I got next on the horizon for myself, for Backpacking Bananas? I really want to take some time to invest in myself and invest in new skills. So I'm thinking about taking a business management course because I would really like to improve my skills in that area. I feel like core business skills is something which I'm passionate about, and yet I have absolutely no education in. If you don't know, I did not go to university. I, to this day, think that that was one of the best decisions that I possibly could have made for myself. But if I were to go back to uni now, I would probably study something like business, but I don't feel like it's necessary to literally go to university for this. I think just doing an extensive masterclass where I can learn and practice and become confident with the fundamentals is really going to benefit me. Other things on my mind, I'm thinking of getting Invisalign. I'm getting some overcrowding on my bottom teeth and I kind of want to fix it, but I've never had Invisalign before. Have any of you had Invisalign? What are your experiences? Can you tell me about it? I'm thinking about it. The thing that I really want to know, besides the whole if the results work and everything, is what is it like taking it in and out as you eat? Because I expressed this concern to my doctor. I said, I eat a lot. Because she said to me, you've got to take the Invisalign out when you eat. And I said, but I eat constantly. I'm also drinking coffee, I feel like, a lot. And so is that not just going to be really hard for me to manage? Anyway, I'd love to know your insight. And the last thing on my mind that I feel like mentioning is I want to run more group trips. Now, a few years ago, I never thought I'd say that. I never thought that running group trips was going to be the thing that I did, because obviously I'm such an advocate for solo travel. However, I really do believe that some destinations and some styles of trips really are better done as a group. For example, the Pakistan expeditions. You can't get public transport around Pakistan. It would be really hard to travel it by yourself, and so doing it as a group is just perfect. And also just having the group support around you as you're hiking in the mountains. It's really the best way to do it. And I think that there's loads more destinations like that as well. And I tell you what I really want to put together is a group ski trip, because I feel like going on a snow holiday is always something that's best done when you're with friends. But a lot of people just don't have the friend group to get together to go and do a snow holiday. So yeah, that one's definitely on my mind of something that I want to put together and I think could be really sick. So anyway, stay tuned. I will leave a link to my website down below where you could actually sign up to my mailing list, and that way you can make sure you don't miss any updates if I do end up bringing any more of these group trips into fruition, or any of the group trips we are already running, like the Pakistan expeditions, the Thailand eye retreat. It's all going really well and I'm very excited about it. I feel like I've been waffling on for an absolute eternity in this video, so thank you so much if you have made it to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a pretty selfish and indulgent video, but I feel like speaking to a camera about these things is like a bit of therapy for me, so thank you for listening. I'm not entirely sure what the next video is going to be, but I will see you then. Bye bye.